KWABRE medase Adom TV Premotobre Kasee afeti ensem no nchiremu ankasa of our core district court his lordship Samuel Kwasi JT adwamo no memo mienu no beto odwasa akora wonya mfie du ni wuo womunim ho bie no enne ye frɛ asamo no den so ankwa nkosi hwe yasado wono mo atomu bie mfise chief inspector NS Agbo ya wono na toto ensem no kyerɛ sɛ nkora no mfie no nti wa hwe bi aba ho Adom TV Kasee etwaso
Chief Inspector Ernest Agbo esre court ne se anka won ma wonom ebre kakra na mo fanye hwehwemu emfa ememu an won fie ankasa ho esan se mente me ho ase bi ewo wonom emfie ni mu lawyer etua na eye lawyer ni a wogina mu ede amasa ememu an yenu no na bra court no ede ne hyehyeye eba wiye no na wone ya mane boni etwetwe nkomo ede nsem bi eto nanim
prosecution ede nkwada ne ba court the buyer no na ayese woni ni lawyer bia nti eba say court ne hye say menye bail application ma ho na wo ye mramu so no court to me hye wo say lawyer fa asem we na den edi ana say fa asem we na den ehwe nti mitie ni a court ne kan ye na me ye bail application say enkwada no ne de mu ache enso ye mra ne kire say santosi ebedi woni asem na ye bua won fo no ye ntumi nka say woni adifo nti no me gina ye mra pon ye constitution no so any ye attach no the application say my lord emma enkwada no bill na my lord nso the atable by and the ruling by say ontimi ma won bill if he say court no need to me say udi asem no na court a need to me say udi asem no sa court kro no anso entumi nye den en grant bill nti o kan ye no me di tu mu na me ye ne say en ye mekọ baby a obetumi adi asem no no betumi aden a granting kwada ni bill nti baby a ya bedru no oh I say call high court see call high court the whole point say we did some way na den or granted bill nti ye beka court was high court nti one year remand on said you should come back in 2 weeks time
Kasama for Emma Ismail Mensa ya wanya ne baby ko Samed Akalilu eso de to yama ne boni enimu se dia police for emfa ememu anu emfie ankasa Emma metudwa no abusua no eni nye ho kra esane se na abusua no ehwe enimu kwan se ene na ensem no se de airport no wono be hyase edi ewo court hono
ya kakra se ya kakra se na enim se ne de yemra na ebe konsem no ankasa esan se be na wotwumenu ni a etu asem no hyeda nti na ye fi se nkrofo omudi sa aboni omo emfie omo adie no eye nsem ankasa abredie ya tra ho a ye konsem no ankasa nanso amane sa eno ni oya kakra abusia no edi nanso ye abusia ye je emradie ye ji se Ghana emra eye adwuma enti no ewom se ye yade ba ye ma a police for an ase bambo for the obroni benefit of the doubt say omo ye adwumaden na etimi aboa the trial ye pese ye benya anka animanim ya hwe ye dihye enti kwan e wo se emra kwan so ye fa so na omo obi bia wonim hu bia anata ne hu bon hu bia e wo se asotwe a eni kabia edima no bia na bibia enna ne bebia no eno ena ye hwehwe eni se be na wochimeni ni na basic issue of age still Tony issue if he say science me in the Bema case no drag and I say en contem
Premotobre Kasee na uguswa ocean yetwa so for hwe energy honsam so Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh information minister Kojo Opon Kroma Electricity Company of Ghana Water River Authority na fei grid company for afiase akọ Pokuase substation on the one more ye baby akọ akodro emu nsam Adom TV Kasee edeba.
Now Accra alone would have about 5 bulk supply points. As I said, when I joined in 1987, the total load was about 100 megawatts. But as we speak now, the load is in excess of 800 megawatts, which is more than a quarter of what is generated for the whole of Ghana. Accra alone is consuming more than 25% of the load that is being of the energy that is being generated for the whole of Ghana. That is why we are here today to look at this project and see the impact that it is going to have on the supply. As I said, because the other substations are overloaded, sometimes you need to take some of the people off in order not to destroy some of the equipment. But we believe that when this project is completed, it's going to be a thing of the past. Everybody in Accra and the surrounding areas is going to have energy or power to do whatever they want to do. So as a background, this is what I have to say. When we go around and we show you the things that we need to do during this period, you would appreciate exactly what I'm talking about. Thank you very much.
The buy grid code for the eco ECG for the obviously over 95% complete. Uche woha and your kununum. And no, and a bass the can Japan but 2 free. Ahumakesi and Swabaha or see a doom baby. So I will feel across electrical contractors about Bayer Juma or see a doom cadia. 240 volts, the Triku Nipa. But you say Paginic job there. I had near 330,000 volts. 80 Sabi. Answer no baby janatum. I was so doom baby. Na be tum in fear a busu and nabe do. A bebogana for ECG, a coha, penny battery and him, and she said, Bosubia, you be sim a book ever and your best start. Minia baby kind. Ye doom na ye doom caniano. Aye ye.
Nti ye nyane se kopem se ebia be next month and as next month end no se ye hunu se ye dum nkania we obi fi a enkoba ne se ye dum so du so na emom ye dum no se de be ya ye betumi a transmit and as ye
we patcho no anon ye dum no na CC na ye ni
nti sana minister kan se ye bedum no na ya tumi aye ni ye se de be ya ye nyina nkania ahodo no ye betumi anya no kama
Also for year or share and lands and natural resources so Samuel Abujinapo. The atuja some penny and don't kufu adweni abre say ye kwaye ni mu forest any yensuo ahodono. One man say no ojinemu den or ye do obetumi bia sebe ya insuwansuwa ne KWABRE tuo mu niema no ensay titru e wo na etu form agudie na woni nkrata Adom Kasee ne no etwaso.
In 2007, before the emergence of Galamsey on water bodies in the country, the turbidity of our raw water from the PRA was around 54 NTU. The NTU is how we measure the unit for measuring, and for color it was about 200 HU as in units. But in the last couple of years, for our raw water we've had to grapple with turbidity values of about 3,000 NCU. So that tells us how serious, how severe effect of Galamsey is on our operations there. And in terms of color, we are now doing 5,000 HU.
Ebra was swafa was share and say any Odom Komabodi so Samuel Abujinapo Ekasa ewo bra one mu eda Daboase water works treatment plant no di ewo atoyemantemu en wodi tu jase sisi abana yekrado awakenyan ehyehyeye a wodi egu akwan mu a wo hye se Galamsey amanfo etu ewo man ni mu no eso ebetie ne senti nyade a wodi obia obebusa mrai so ehu beche no because wa kire mu se abana yekrado so obibia obebu mrai so no obeche no aso ne senti omanfo ma wonum eni enaho.
In this second term of President Akufo-Addo, there's been a certain renewed spirit to deal with illegal small-scale mining. In the first term, some efforts were made. It brought some results. There are some lessons that we've learned out of it. But to my mind, respectfully, I think that 3 key things are important. I think we need a national consensus and support towards the national policy relating to small-scale mining. What should be that national policy, or what is that national policy? That we have here in Ghana a well-sanitized, regulated, small-scale mining, which contributes to the forward march in the economy and the local economies of our country. President Akufo-Addo and his government are not against mining in Ghana. Neither are we against small-scale mining. In fact, on the contrary, we want to promote small-scale mining, but we want to do so on a regulated basis.
Premotobre Kasee so na guso o shano na sanitation minister no aso hwe water resources so they to nananom ene adehia tichi wona te ebe nsuo pra no ese wo mo hunu nipakuo bia so wo ye bibia de ohaw ebeba nsuo no eso a wo mo ankasa nye wo mo kromafo no mo assembly no asonte sebe ya assembly nso betu ho adamo emo wo mo mia wo no no amankofo no ya se nsuo no tra na ne ye na ye de na asase no ano wo mo mpanifo nte ne enkyere wo
Oswafa wo hwe nsuo ne awonidi ho nsam so sisiri abana pa ekiremu a sɛ yi agalamse ɛsɛ yemfudie ɛne nsuo ahodoɔ ɛwɔ mayimu no ɛyade a ɛbɔ aban no ɛne ne mpanimfo ɛkapa ne senti sɛ mpanimfo de hyehyɛ begu akwa mu a wɔn mu a wɔyɛ galamse ɛwɔ pra esukɛseɛ na no wɔn nyinaa ɛbɛgyae ɛbra wɔn ɛkɔ aprɔbɔ ɛwɔ sɛkyerɛheman ɛne daboase water treatment plant a ɛno ɛwɔ atɔyɛmantam mu ne mfimfini mantam mu ɛna wɔswafo yi ɛsa akade to aso sɛ ɛka aban ne bɔ sɛ bɛyɛ a wɔbɛte nsuo nso ɛne amɔmanfo enya bianom no ekosoro pa ne senti ene sese omanfo galamse a wonom eye ewo nsu ahodo ano wo man mu no obetimi ejai
is endowed with 553.2 billion cubic meters of water, but it doesn't give us the excuse to destroy our water bodies. Are we not contradicting ourselves? Yeah. Since when did we start disemboweling our water bodies and our rivers? Rivers were sacred entities that people even feared to enter on certain days. But now with the Chinese, with the Ghanaians who are also doing this, conniving and condoning with them, what do we see? People are destroying our water bodies with reckless abandon. And this has got to stop. But fortunately or unfortunately, the intake is still from our dear Praia River. And what do we see? Very, very, very high turbidity. This cannot continue. And we will not allow this to continue. Because it's like a vicious cycle. We put in more money, more chemicals at a cost to all of us. And government has had enough. We need to be active citizens. I'll add active to it and not spectators. When you see these activities going on our river bodies, you should make sure you report to the regional minister, the DCE or the MCE.
Mayankwa Sante, mantam no na Operation Vanguard nkrabata na ewo ho no ene fidia kase chamfan bese duanan emienu ya na ewo oda esonsho oda so ewo Koboro Forest Reserve wa manse central no wono ma hye no nyina Adom Kasee amaneboni na wuku etoso
Ebra wonum ekoyesa operation yiwie na Superintendent Abraham Aposihene a wono na ye commanding officer wo Operation Vanguard no wa santemantemu ene Adom Kasee twetwem komo na odi tu dwase sentia wonum edi se adwuman ene se obebo yekwaya ahodo mo ban ene nsuwansuwa ho ban se de be ya wonum a eye ene bone a ebesai sa yekwaya ene yensuo no obetimi akire wonum emra no ene wonum edi okiremu se ebra wonum a etu galamse hu se aposifo ebape ene wodwane ye gya wonum emfidie be se aduana mienu ewo a okofa mfidie nyina wahye no ne krakra no sade to aso se kukukuku ni gya keka nso be gya ne senti se wonum a etu fom agudie ede sese mfudie awodo ene nsuwansu awodo na enya de aposifo nso ebedada
ade de be pie ha ne ye just to maintain the water bodies and the forest reserve enu ntina na ya be pie wo amansie central Kobo forest ene na ya target nyina ne se river bodies na sebi amanfo ese no and nuntina and Nayabahase, just to ensure that the river bodies are safe, the Kobo forest is preserved, and the illegal activities of the miners are eliminated or at least brought to minimum. Yabuta yina senke bechi omwa omude sanfan e namu no so se no na yebano nipa omube hinto mo se Vanguard ba nti no kreni ya nya obi anche na emom chamfans na si so no de yetimi asay 42 of them nti one bi mo no say amanfo enjai yempe duma foforo bi nye anase se ebe yeso a ya make sure say ensuo no ye bɔ ho ban ye mbɔ ho ban enne se ne a edikanfo na bɔ ho ban ma yen abeto no yeso ye mbɔ ho ban emma omo ba no ye nananom ne ye nkwala achifo no omuso ba beto a safe water body. It is a very strong warning to everybody who is engaged in this illegal activity.
Premotobre Kasee miento so na yegusua ye wo fam agudi atuo no eho ensem Asanko Gold Mines ene wo magya adwuma no eye kakra ni nyina ne se kromafo ene adwumakuo no bambofo no menteme ho ase bi ayi ne ti ewo mu ewa Amansia South Messi mo Asante Mantam ne mu
video bi a enenam framamu ekire ntawantawa eba atimamufo ene bambofo a ehwe gold mines ne so afanum yenu ni nyina bi eprepraye rockshore eye adwumaku a eye adwuma edema Asanko mines omonso omfidi ahodo pina no SSA mining company ewo mfonina edena de se timamufo ni bi efa kontrase eba omo ebewiawia gold vice president edema Asanko mines Rachas Amwa ene Adom Kasee atwetwe enkomo
de me patcher ne se so oba baby a ebroni beka say your all stockpile you 2 year abobana gold na ekogu no ho na galamsey fo no anadwo awia nsuoto awia bo na omuso ne nam ho esesa nti ye dump trucks excavators dozers ba be adwuma no gise omotwen ema galamsey fo no esesa agudie no awie ansana omotimi ahwegu
galamsey foi edidiba Asanko mines concession mu bia Asanko mines senior staff camp no ewo no enche ho ba bi pe ana galamsey foi edi omudwuma abere bi ombete se bambofo eba ho no omudwo omudwumadie no ekakra so mokope no ma hye omudwumadie no nso ase owura amoa akirima galamsey foi dwuma omu edie no akofo haw pa ede aba beto Asanko mines so se okopie mu ewa asuade a eho de na agensem okra galamsey foi egu asase yantam so a omani abre gidigidi omo edi dwuma emra bambofo no epie hompo no enya de ebo mu hu ebi mu kra akirima bi omo eye dwuma ewasuade ho no yagye atum se ho ye community mining site nanso regional security council ebo sansem no egu Chinese ene Ghana fo ebi ede infidie muntum ana efuntum asase epe sikakokko a eye manse foi edia Ashanti Regional Security Council edia tuja se won be konkoden abɔ manse no ho eban onumnyamfo samono semensa ane Adom Kasee twetwen komo.
I think this thing must end. If people within communities are interested in engaging in mining activities, either they go for legal small-scale mining license and operate within the conditions and terms of the license, or they approach their district chief executive, who will work in collaboration with the member of parliament and the regional coordinating council to ensure that maybe they are enrolled in the community mining project.
Adom Kasee yede asototo fom entia yensa eka ene se kromafo ibu a afu Asanko mines ni nyina ejina sika kokko maton a edise wo monsa komo chefa na nso besine enya de wo monsa aka wei eyade a research ede atudwa se wo mo hwe no masiesie asem no nana awuku denchembo amane eboni
Mayefa Kasee ne nko new plan station ya Adom Kasee wei eye Adom TROTRO dam tetobia kopie ho de ntia adrobafo wo hu se ba bia wo san wo nyonku hu wo hu se nye market no kura kire wo hodada wo de ondim hwe kwa market ne kire enso still obefa ho dam teni adrobafo no edi nkomo abusa won madwene dam te yento aso
se na ba bepie mu e wo new plan circle na wo ba ha se a ye ne adrobafo any passengers for no bi kura ba bedi nkomo and the topic ye hye ne se odrobani e na be count say ye overtaking e wo kwan so na wo ye overtaking kra e ne de na wo consider ana wo hye ansa na why overtaking so hye asem kofo bebro ha me no mu bedi nkomo men say brand me nkona me ne openi ojamin sa bonkutu eni nkomo openi makwa ba Adom TV so
yo me da say
ye fro say
ba cho me da Alex
uchika akwa hine
ba cho me isuka from new plan station ekokumasi GPRTU forecast ne bi
okay ye hye send a question am din ka bu sound e de na wo ye overtaking na wo hye ansa na wo say why overtaking
wo be overtaking also din kan hwe wachi ntem say ka bia mfiri wachi e oba na wi o ma wani akwanim say wanim eda ho nti ka na me pa no ho akonya baby ase ana me pa no ho akọ obra mi hia kara na
okay na me bisa say nti de na beba say driver ni wo be ye overtaking na de accident akwanhia aba wo kwan so e de na beba
de ma driver for ye overtaking e wo kwan so pa ne say ye wo kasa kese e bi ti say Burkina for cars me ma ko Burkina da ma driver ko Burkina ukodu ho ma load na omde nam ye kwan so ha no e ho mfa nko ho omudu border no so na ye load ni nyina de gu ho enti trailer no ni weight no emu ye hama no ne ye kwan no e bepo frusane ti load no sonsa na ontimi nko no wa chi go slow titin ti no odi nachi wetin edi nachi be 1 hour 2 hours na won pa no ho enti e pasa na unya chance kitu e bia wo pese wo den wo pa no ho na wi fa no ho na okọ na wo be ya fa no so nya lucky na obi su dem ni kai ba onu ehunu se wo ho akere wo se o ma okwan no e na metromodin 70 o se me ma okwan enti ada so do boka na o ru pa no ho no ana so ne no e de ba kwasia na nipa ewuwom sana eya na esie
enti na jesa material and some ebi mu ka say overtaking aya mo ye wrongful overtaking no na ne kwan bi ne dia wo kana ya yampa
oh overtaking wrongful overtaking there no kra bi o ha eba na enye se mehu se ka eba na me ye ebia me ma example na say bi tu ye me overtaking na ka bi emai enti na me cross speed anodin ba me hwe ya na ka bi free Johnson ediemika abesim but onu so ba ne se o san ko so hwe se ka bi ama no ohu ya se o hia ye mienu ni nyina di senye se me ye se me diemika de anka me ne nyaa den ekohia but na me se me diemika nti no na manim da ho nti e ma metumi esevu ma ono ye den e be sen ye sana etete enti
ma me bisa question back na me wie enti so office obi ye wrongful overtaking a wo akwem na so koku nipa office den na camera no ene ne ye
oh wrongful overtaking ne se emra ne se se wa anya hwe ye na wa cause accident I say ye twe waso se ne emra no aka no na enso no kama stress ye benifo na mkwan yi so no mo hu ye so a ekuta passengers ene dwadifo de koba no emobo say ye kwan no eso ye busy enti kasa kase ne load na mo de na mkwan no so no omo ema ye bre ekra chen adwuma na ye no every say akra to Kumasi say kwan dey ma what you 3 hours 30 minutes asom dwimu but nam say kwan nya no baby a what you 2 hours na undu baby aye na so fi aha eko enyinem no twa more than 2 hours ah if enyinem ko Kumasi obetwa another more than 2 hours to get it to 6 hours but nkeni say ebasa na nipa na otika no kra no wabre dove ni kra san abre enti ko to ka bia so ye ntem so be ya fa no ho enso ne assign the assign any how e dey abre
yo yanko unipa ba ko so open me ko ba Adom TV so oba che frost 64 me ba cho u drive ko hene
oh me drive ko e ko asama ka sikede sometimes e kon kokon na sefo Kumasi ni nyina e ko beten hye
okay yan show ya ka overtaking ho asa e dey na be ma wo be hye kwa ba ka so okay me ye overtaking e wo kwan so
okay ampa e depende cars na ube meet omo ekwan mu no uze car bia on speed limit what that here se mi hu se me wo di manim no won kwa e wo se mi make sure se me hu se kwan no dam na ma ye me overtaking what that here and I me hwe me speed me kuta any wu speed a ukuta any the airba speed answer na why overtaking I was on your calculation me and so car no free say ba no at least we hunu no kura we hu say car no wom say ba no wo hwe the way a car no see ba na wo hwe the way a we kwana wo kwana e better say me overtaking
okay na ba ne say 90 unu anu me bi mu overtaking na say bi o ma mo da kwa share adaka
anu no ya trimode fun because see I am fan say e bi am my mistake and I mean my overtaking me mistake am here no eni kwa say wo ye mistake di machi na ekum nipa some say am fan say me dey me ma jimi and I mean me di me jimi abeti asikwam na say wo ye more than me na me ni me ni hwa da jimi enti no me ya na wo de onyansa ajai kwa na ama me nti yakwa some dey bia say me ekwam last one day sabase sakase bi madafo na kuta ba ko na me firi Kumasi ba ana omu mienu kamom omu kwa enti bi hu ya na say ede me na nkofo we na me firi kwa no si fom ami jina ha kwansi one day na oba no so chale me da so na me say ade no say na no me na me say oh chale o de adwuma no ne mra no e wo say etimi ye dey ye save ya ho enye ga na hampo ukọ other countries bi say Nigeria say o yankunya hu sa wa ye overtake say gom obebie mu ama because onim say ho na ha dey atero
okay mami musa asem nkofo bebre say mo driver for no aya mo ye wrong overtake because kwan no so no wo nam kwan so say from house to Cape Coast takwade kwan no ya kire baby potia I say we overtake but mo curve mu kra na mo ye enu ti na dey accident bebre e ba no to mo bo mo so bo
maza obi ka sɛ driver ni bɛhyɛ no akɔ akɔyɛ overtake wɔ careful ngɔbɔ then me ma di owu aduro me ri me kwada susɔ me nuru ba bia ebo pan me nkɔ ba bia me mewu na me ma kɔ careful no be go overtake masa ya na sometimes a mistake and eba enye sɛ obi ani da ho because na sometimes we go di obi atia umni akro betete wo saa ena otimi hu sɛ even akwa ndam kura a wɔn kwan no okatua enti akwa kitua bi bɛda nkyɛ ya wo so bɛyɛ sɛ wo bɛyi afirim ena muslims mpanimfo no ya wɔn ma yɛ kwan mu kakra akwan no susa masa hwɛ wo di free Lagos state eko Ibadan ɛyɛ obi a ɔsɛ me buga bia wɔn de wɔn Google sesia Ibadan from Lagos state to Ibadan ɛyɛ enti obi atimi kɔ de ɔpɛ what I say enti wo a wo bɛ wia no no wa yi akɔda nkyɛn na wo wia wo yɛ de wo pɛ wɔ mami ko nua ba ko so opani unia no ya kasa se na midi nka busa no e de na mema wo se wa overtake
se na midi kan ka kire wo se overtaking de o yo overtaking a se wo hwe kase a wo kwan no so na wo hwe wo car no speed ya wo kura ne car na di wanim ansa na wo bɛ overtaking a waye nti se wan hwe na kase dos na wo overtaking a e de akwan hye beba.
Yes, road markings. I am mundi so. Baby, I saw you any class you overtaking. I want potty. Now both the driver, you know, so overtaking. And nothing idea can share baby bano.
And yeah, I had be a road for no more can umpe. Okay, you can use you can road sansia. Must have been so. Even cry, all the coin on my yana. You can't white lane. And una, and ma anado, can cania, a quachiri, a bin new canos, put on a black sa, or took an anacra unje. Didn't I just say, road sansibu canoso? Yan you caught but you driver for so many grow so. You was a road sans and almost Canada be almost say, you need road sans and if you are Cokumasia, and if you are Conco, road sans ben or Canso. Road sans be any Canso. For to a good Musa, and some of them be out to no more. Musa 7 years see up near any abode. Yada for an Glasgow Kumobio. You want with trepa, but Quano. Being an adult for so the way come can be who's a medical say, Obi overtaking. Minamile Munameko. Now you overtaking a shallow, or no one who first. When you want to pepper, we can't man and Tisican, Nakan in our Nomasenko. But we were just on the way overtaking to the Barnaba. A little time now I was over Tessiform. Only because the Cabia on Chambia, I had Timodin. So who can't duck on Cham, which I at Timodin or Abonia. And I tell that I since who do be a chia, a be a correct, Opa, who didn't chia, ne Mudawa, or show sign. Such a bit of among, I say, no, say Muda, 1 year, but you saw Amos on the Tama, or you know a Sankatum, or you know a thrown up as a go. Well, Obu, ya no question and 2 bonnet in Modina. We overtaking a book of my own kind.
Okay. Yeah, you see any passengers for us to do come. And you see almost on the side. What I say. Now you share almost on meka. If you go so new plan station, you see any passengers for be doing come. Near share so much more drink. I say I drink ni baku 40. Open the case. I found out come about Adom TV. Yeah, first.
Yeah, for me David.
Over Evans. You can't overtaking one sem. Yan share a driver for na reason ti aya omo overtaking ebi mususu say aya omo driving by heart nti na ya overtaking eba ekum kofo wo what me gidi say what to kan check akra overtaking no fit say dey na cause accident e wo kwan
accident in I think say anyoma bebe na cause accident no your rules no nye first of all your rules no nye na you need normally you need dual carriage off share from Central region, from Kaswe, Kokwani, what you say? In the annual a factor, and most of times in driver no so we be no pen terminoma. But I think say this is not an excuse. I will justify say open term into no amount for insure or monko and I say bibisa. But road accident do na your roads no, your roads no because your roads no very good. Now say I think say the dual carriage no so okay. And no, quite no one say okay the obaso but most of the problem here your road and only has some
yo mama ni papa ku so any come chairman e mo akwa ba Adom TV so who be said na driver for motor overtaking
jede say ntubase a omunyin so kan san komunya mu omuto omubu kwan nso anya omuto omubu eko kakra but me pentema kontema bantema no and then this road accident na enya say no eba sa ti o say munyo ntubo ase kakra na afen so me blame DVL for nso kan so banya obote na ahwe license mu ma no obi keke sorry keke no akwaji license omunya check up check hwe obi a na gorofo ne go ukona akwaji license say e dey amawe ko na akwaji brem no exams nothing until road time bi wo was san ko nya ntitas ntiase wo ho no o de ka tentem no ko ntime de say no so ka na road accident na asisi sa na
yo efia yenfa adrama fo ba ku mienu enfa encha to na yen na because omugu so almost say alaji ne kwakwa no ye be wie no
me wasem kitua bi mesra mo dakuro mo ya mo fa mo cameras no mfa from Kaneshi up to Odoko or from Kaneshi up to Odoko na mo hwa de say nti Ghana no ye road maintenance for hana amna masa wo ka kura wo mpeni fam obedoji nti ade de na bebre mi lodi free na pana me ba one make sure ansimu bokoa o spring bebu and so road where they who one day police be chill road where they who one day police be chill nti say road na where they e was ka faso wo de wo tell me pacho me pomocha wo tena wo de mo ya mo nkɔhwɛ na mo hwɛ cars dodo e faso hwɛ cars we nimu nyina bi na mo cars we nimu nyina bi na mo buses obia na mo
okay alaji yan ye mrani ntino ye wie no oma adrawa for mo we overtake na I say bi omo ye no wrong advice be na omo
se de ye be kan say obia anya abotre e wo driving nim se de be nya ye nyina ye be kɔ aba na ye nya ye bibi kakra kwaya no
se wuji me ba wuji di se ebe ekonam driver bi so na se nkofo bebre hire omo nkwa wo ha yi se bi den na nka ususu se ye mfanye sa da
uni obia ni wa wanya mfum so ewiase mo obia ni wa wanya mfum so nyankopon kra ye fom no wa de kyeye oso won ne boy se ye fom na o de be kyeye bet yen ko ha ye ho no na ye problem nti se ya fom obia ya de na wa fom a kokko na ye be bo no se ya na so na ye be twe ne kakra na ya twe ne ya ka trend se next time say no manye bi
asotwe no wo be asotwe be sa na ka be se
se bibi ti se 1 month bi na se 2 weeks bi say even communal labor kura ebetimi de driver for ebia driver for 5 omo committee ebetimi de omo akọ aban adwuma bim na omo akọ ya adwuma e dey serve as a punishment.
Okay, finally no ekwan no e dey na be ka che mpani for finally
ye kwan no ye hia mbai mu ye kwan no susa ye kwan no de susa pa e wo say omo ba mu kakra maye said the bear no
o say na ko bi ku e ba ne say
why you overtaking be share me
e wan fa kwan best
I was home me fi kuma say ba
wow colleague driver
me am a driver me colleague one no use container eti me ba no you overtaking eti me so man say ya me hwere akra na o mo me ken I was not pavement o me the both pavement na me ko to form eti I was me che e kwan kakra na aka na me ne ntem no na ye mienu nyina obia
eti ni pass so okun an ka officer dey na ka ban fanya
okun a boss okun awie aban ye ne dey kura ma wu
aban no so do ba no wu aban no mfa so ba na obo
so okun kofo
yesre no
aban no ne ne ya to ye ma ye do ba fo no to ye
itenu ti na asa o muso mu share okun kofo
do ba fo to bi no do fo entua hwe kuma to aka road photo so o de road safety wo da wonja hwe kura no wo da mo tata in my what I say no such a talk run to one ko he do haye wo do traffic abedi so no what I say enti road safety no aban no me ye do ba fo de hu fa so be ye from so what I say ye do ba so no ne aban de hu fa so
okay we to bia na ye beto ase ye me na ye be afia man kwa obeso mo studio ye me no aye me o ma hit ba na so ye ni mrenti mu so mo studio be do there munjem ye be je mo ha say ye da se afia wo share no so mo studio ba me
ase ye da se papa Adam Titop dia drop for no nsem wo mumu don't worry ye be shade di wo mu hudwuma na fa obi ade na dwenkyira ba fi said obi aka bi ehu sa ba wo Premotobre Kasee ma memro komra sesi ansam ne do so ye ba ye beto aso Medase mesamo akwa baba Facebook/Adom TV akase no ho na nso kohwe bi ho me ento asam no so koko farmers say de womo epan mo ewo KWABRE South Mensimo no womaje womo ensase ni nyina boso sese womo koko no titiru womo ewo anka se ne oduma chei eho no nyina womo sese won sase mpanifo ahwe amfo no ensiso de a won ho aduane ebebo
afidie muntumbako ene si ho ana anwea kase na atwa ne ho asi a wosesa anwea no egumu omomutu anwea eye adwuma awia ene anadwo entia ensa kan ne se empanfo bi ene tachire
ye koso no se mpanimfo amfom na ensi fom no omemmemu omammemu a
owura Emmanuel Adu eyukrania anweatufo bi ehya aseso mu dwini kokofo agu nyame ana ye nadom ama amanfo bi na sutira wobo moden a ebesi omo ekwan na nso baaye no na kokko no madwibie agu
more than half acre anase 1 acre de omadua se no kokko nsiwa aya yadua ye ni da so eno no omadwi kokko no akugu baabi na omode natie akata so nti uba wahwa hunhunu ye bre na etwetwe ye a atimi apie ne bode ne banche ose no a etimi twetwe ye e wa asase na se omode natie na kata so
owura Kofi Sechere wono so eyukrani a wado abefuo kakraka wono de emra wote ya okodu na afuom ho no ne adwini mefo ni nyina agu afi atwam
memme 2.5 acre mikoya ye dwini nyina to agu abra minim ho hwe yanka hwe soso ankyere ne wom so mutu anwa
omo mutu anwen edi mfidi akese ene di dwuma e wompotam ho dwuma omo edie no edi oha pa ana abeto akyerkyerefo ene adusuafo a ewo odumachi DA school mu ho enam dede ene kasa kese fa ho no ntino ema adekyere na adusua edin amena yatutu afa odumachi DA school so no ho na ededa ho a yankata kata so atusuo mienu a ankrankra bi betu ye ede ma school yi enya de ye adwuma biem se wo hwe ade ya me pompi a eye mienu ana wa ha sei ni nyina asei enti se koba ne se nkra ne ba school no mo pensu anom a ensukom ede omo pa
eso na niafo na dua de na tia kata ni na so ya pipe na wa se so ase yentimi nya otobo kwa iflifie ba ni asonso aba ya ba so ase kesi na so na sa
wan fensu ambe school ma ensukom be de usa na wa kofie ba de nsu woni sei se aniafo na kata so nti wo pensu anu ma wunya nsuo no
arahosam ne say school fuei anantiko akire no makwakosa ensufia ewo ho ni bi anom twamtrani edema schools management committee owura Idrisu Smaila akirema anamon bi omotu so mbesi anwatufuei ekwan no ankosi aga
ensuo yi eno na omesanom anwafo no jeso omasa anwa akata kwan se omanya kwan akwakotu omanwa nti ensuo ni ba ntimi ntwam anam se ata ho no nti no efi bi abadam bia na aka ho enti se ne school awofo no ehunu amane
enkrotu ahodo a ewo mpotam ha sei ene sukufu a ewo ha nyina edepende ewo ensuo we so nanso enei yesi ha sei ama no akwakoye din ye pa so hwe ha ye de pipe asha ha ene tinyade a ensuo ndodo na atimi atene kobiem tinsuo na ewo ha ni nyina no asei owura Smaila ene akuafo wo ni bi ede atodwa sei amanfo kokoo ene no baya hodo a yetuguo no se yanhwe ya ebetimi de okom ene ohaw pa ana abra manfo botem ho
koko fuo ne bode ne banche no mina wo de gise bia nwia ne ni so nse nwia ne wo so nko ade a o mehe asese o mutu ano nto wo ni be ba ho so no no ma jiri koko ni na gu
ene ka kire fo bi nto no asa tua no mutugu nti aduane de ho be ne ho ha eja te ni adwuma bia kan e banche ne bode ye menkan ese so kofa na hefa bi
Mansin Krachipanin, Onimnyamfo Christian Adupoku Echirema, anwatufo no dwuma wo mu edie no ebetimi de oye ni kese abampotem ho. Wasanda na de se wo mu ni tumi krata bia so mutu saa anamon no. Ochirema Daisek ahyase eye hwehwemu afasa rehosem a ekoso ho no.
Sabre no Daisek pese eye hwehwemu ekọ achi ni hu se the situation is tie. Na in any case, some winning kra no, activity before obesha se because oba assembly budget permit. Well, to the best of my knowledge, Obieno free Dumechi Aba say or budget permit akutu anwia ewo ho. Nti so another case I was say yehwe. Nti Nyame adoma e betu ensa from na yeno matnase say o say obi ade without recourse. I mean there was some compensation bi bemu. Nti you say no ni here say betumi identify who is behind what is going on. Now, no matter what, yeah, could be as a boon pakro.
Anwatufo yi suban a wo ede na di e wo ho no sɛ mpanyinfoɔ ansia no ntɛm a Ghana ban botaeɛ sɛ wobɛtumi anya 900,000 tons of cocoa ɛwɔ afi mu no ɛnya deɛ bɛwie pɛyɛ. Nana awuku denkyɛmboɔ ama ne eboni.
Na guso a wohwa Adom TV so. Miento so na owura no din de Augustine awuku wanya mfihia duosia mienu otekwawu flowers ewas na for south wa hafomantam ne mo nei de ohia me na wo mo a fi se obomofo bi tuo bi a woto ye fa ne se bi a eye aboa bi no wi akire ne mfim ne nani de wase no nani ne de adokotafo atimi ahwe na tuo ne bi aka ne mfim ho a egyan ne yade bi a woje ne ho anyi ohia momo a Adom Kasee ne no edin komoyi.
Augustine awuku ya wanya mfie aduosia mienu no ode to yama ne boni animu se kane bi na nkoyekuani nenso sese ye tu aboba ehye ne video mu no ema mpempi no woyi amaman ne tipae no na afi namdua ne mu nyina eye ne ya ne senti no ama na pomuden ho nsem agire yie pa na bra wo kire yama ne boni aho kire a sai tu aboba ehye ne video ni mu ede ma no na ode tu dwa se yare ne hye ase foforo kra na nka ne yere ne hwe no na sese oba no stroke abebon ya ne senti no sikasem eni abrabo mu asetena ayede na ma wono mo pa
busia no ya busia ohaw bebrewom titro ni yare tinsentina menem mere na na ekoba ti ebrebi ye she bidie bi se ka yede ye emwa kakra ka ni wo ma iwo school ya na jubi ye soro ko bidie ni mo no na bomofo bi so beto itima ebi ka me ti ama me so mani ba ko asai ko doctor say ni na asai ti me hodan mo kra na aboba no bi da so wo honam no mu a ye ti me nyi ye ti boba no ka mani no aja me ti paye ti ama ahode ananka me wo se me de bua mofra no so ati bebre ese ya pema wo sikasem mu boba ye da so wo honam mu a yenti minyi ne nyina ka yesra tiefo se ka wo madum abusuan sabia titru betimi ayi boba ye fre honam yimu
David awuku owura yi babema na ono so do to yama ne boni anim se na wofo ewo wonum mamu wotwe ema nan na mema nan nanso emema na wonum ewo mu no wonyina eni afura eno nti na wonum ntimi emmoa wonum awofo ema wonpe ayarehwe no eno nti watoto ase wo manfo nyina se wanya wonum adom na wontimi pa ayarehwe emfama ne papa
ye papa ne ye maame wo ye nwotwe na mema enan ni nyina ye wo problem baako efa ye ni nti ne yade bi ame papa ne me maame atra ya senka ayaresa ne beba ne so yako enye yie nti na papa ne me maame ne koba ina na ye didi na omo ye se omo ye bidie bi na omo so omo kohwe nti bidie num na etuo ka me fada ena yenkomla yede no kosunwan ma omo yiyi bestra aboba no bi kura da so hyema sikasemu nti yenyenyiye
Premotobre Kasee ye besa de aba na ba bia de moa no befa no ye de bebrɛ mu na ye moa wo mu na wedie ebro so Premotobre Kasee na guso a o hwe no na virologist Dr. Michael Owusu se second dose no a emma ye no mpanifo hwe na wonye ne omu betumi bia nkeka won mo ho anhwe nso a na akofo ha foforo nso aba Adom TV Kasee etwaso.
From my perspective as a virologist, and the other thing that we hear is that when people take the first dose, they may have some form of partial immunity from the first primary memory cells that will be boosted against this particular antigen or virus that is introduced. So if you have partial immunity, what happens is that you are not adequately protected. So some of these people may act as possible reservoirs, which may encourage possible mutant strains of viruses to re-emerge. That is the fear that those of us who study this will always, because it is better to have people that are naive to the vaccines and wait for an appropriate time for them to take it, rather than giving them a first dose and then they are not able to get it. So if they are virus, how will the immune system play out and which kind of mutants may emerge. These are areas that it's not clear, but anytime you talk to people study virus, mutants, mutations, the fear is that, well, people should be adequately protected, but if they are partially protected, there is the fear that some of these can happen.
Ghana phobia kasa, woman sama walking in an say, woman da sika. Yes, abasa my Ghana, buy a teswa mo bia sika ni dakru bia noa. Ya demano, yami enemy, aban woman tum, woman kosro. Na enema mo ya den, sebe ye kosro noa. And also bet me a shed near my hood on so mo ya den ho. And a Ghana phobia ekasai.
Ghana has a year ejumani and I saw ye juma. Aban say tia kakra na daily minimum wage 11 cedis 82 pesos. Say ubu akontana and I saw calculate here busumi about 360 cedis. Also say your current economic dispensation. Sana ya sika sem sana mine sika semeko. Osha cost of living. E ho be hia say ye betumo.
But ejuma meyen busum so we chom ko 3.5. Na 3.5 na wo chom ka won. Ahoche na mam ejuma na mezire ye. Kapere si metina fi a menye za mezi. Ntina ma mezi amemene fi mezi ejuma. Ne be ma metin me fifia me be ejuma mo mpa mo kwa me mpo oye 5 cedis. Na 5 cedis bosum oya hin. Tete mo yona chede skara na wasa.
Me person me bisa say when was the last time we increase minimum wage? And what was the last time our government increase taxes and levies? So anytime be our buyer na dream say or per se or increase taxes and levies no. So or dream so say or be increasing minimum wages. Say at least minimum wage no crampo ebia a day kra no nya ne say 50 cedis. Some minimum wage no ama a lot of omo fa adwuma inkrofo adwuma no omo take advantage of omo workers. Seriously, I'm take advantage of work.
Minimum wage in the SEA because we share figures in about to calculate it is very low because now I'm to petrol so every day in day out we are TROTRO eto fame.
As I say, private men now a companies no. One money are buying transit. Now we negotiate the correct price about workers in Ghana. Me pesi and say obesity obi.
So 11 cities, you know. Me feel anya kura anya as a sort of because they say bibia boy din. So what I say and check kura na so tua se ska no krompo ni edi aketua no krompo ama aketua na sa na ye ho akire yin. Nti e be sere aba ne say obato workers no minimum wage no aso.
Say they was already 10 cedi kura but semanti as say almost by 3 million. So and even so okwa was for car and I make it also rented down. So nti bi akwa be 7 kura na say be 8 kura can find us about
on to minimum wage no so kura nsa e ma problem bebre family bebre ya problem awale gani na bebre physical scan so scan so
Ewa minimum wage ho ensensemi si ebetumu yentumu no mpanifo dwendwen ho no labor expert wono anso pani a woda Gummy and Gummy Group Limited ano ra Austin Gummy de na adwene pa ne se adwuma no a nipa no ye ho akatua na yemfamma ye ne saade a obi akon bedo ye na adwuma yie nso anya so mfaso.
Openya woda adwumakuo Gummy and Gummy Group Limited ano Austin Gummy ene Adom Kasee ehwehwe nkomo no ena odi tu dwa se sika esese edi tua adwumayefo ka no e wose mpanyinfo esese adwuma dodo a odwumayeni no eye ene emfasode a efiri mu ba eno nti ehu behia se adwuma mu mpanyinfo ebehwe adwuma a wonu adwumayefo ye eso mfaso a wonu munya na wogina eno so edi tua wonu muka.
Based upon our Labor Act, productivity is the way to go. The national daily minimum wage is merely the national daily minimum wage, below which no employer should pay. Now, employer therefore can go beyond through the blues. Why? Because the workforce that they have, the plan that the employer has, been able to produce more and more level of goods or services Therefore, they've crossed the threshold of what they are even able to do. Therefore, you pay more to that worker. You are not supposed to pay only daily minimum wage to a person whose productivity level at the workplace goes beyond what you have projected, or if he has achieved a certain percentage of that productivity level, you reward the person for it. But it does appear as if we are fixated with this drum beat of daily minimum wage, so that if the person is even doing more than he is able to do, he still pay that minimum wage.
Now, was I said it to Yamani Buni animal say, well, share any more coins a yawada, die any more and she moi, and paying for a baby, a dear Jane, a catia, what the Bema admire for honor. Near friend minimum wage, one number to admire for a catia, a sunny, a 2 hour, one at 2 a woman.
First, let me say that Ghana is the only nation under the sun where we have established in our law a national tripartite committee. No other nation has that privilege. And so the National Tripartite Committee is not limited to talking about minimum wage alone. They talk about several other things. So it's up to them to take advantage of the law under Section 113 and speak about several other things, including tax thresholds, including advising on the best way productivity levels can be raised, including setting agenda and passing it through the Minister of Employment to government, and initiating moves about national conversation on productivity levels.
Yeah, no, so now Adom TV, Premotobre Kasee and Yemfensi, Midday fear amankwa tamaklu ya da crew na say Osmo happy birthday come on fire for fire event say Kwabistone etwaso. Ah, songo nemu.